We ain't found Sith.
Warning, the following podcast contains speculation, which may be confused with spoilers, although it may also contain spoilers. You have been warned.
Hello, and welcome to We Ain't Found Sith, issue 67. We are coming to you after watching the stuff that went down in the DC FanDome. I was not in attendance, but I am your host. My name is Evan, joined as always with my co-host Pedro.
Yep.
And producer Fungus.
Yoga Fire.
And guys, after what appears to have been a eternity with no movie news coming out, no information coming out as to what's going on, DC this weekend was like, I'm just gonna take it out and put it on the table. You guys can all look at it, and we all have, and man, it's pretty impressive. I mean, they went on everything, so they kind of avoided the topic of what's going on in the comics. I think they didn't kind of want to stir the pot there after all the layoffs that they did recently. But man, when it comes to movies, when it comes to video games, when it comes to TV, they kind of they were very forthcoming with everything that's going on. The CW shows that are going to be returning in 2021. They kind of gave us a little bit of info on that and how they plan on picking up after like the shortened season that they had this year. Video game news. I know there's a Suicide Squad game and a Batman game coming out, and the Batman game almost broke the internet because people are super excited about Batgirl. Pedro, the video games are your area of expertise. What are your thoughts?
I think I don't know why you say it broke the internet. I didn't see anything like that, but I would assume it's because it's Rocksteady doing it again. Rocksteady said they hung up the mantle with their Batman games, and now they're doing Suicide Squad, which is the Batman Arkham games are one of the best, at least in fighting mechanics. The combat mechanics in that game is just phenomenal. So them coming back is everyone's fucking happy about it. And then WB Montreal is the ones who did Arkham Origins, and I think Blackgate did it as well. And they're doing Gotham Knights, which is the Bat family without Batman.
Is that like Boogie Nights, but with Batman?
Yeah, but in Bat, it's like it's like a Studio 54 in Gotham. It's dope. It's fucking Blondie covering every fucking night. Anyway, and also it's because it's multiplayer, and they also have steep competition with Square Enix's Avengers game that's coming out relatively soon.
Ooh.
So all this stuff is which by the way, the Avenger game looks boring as fuck, and this one I haven't played it. I just watched a bunch of people play it, and I am not impressed in the slightest.
The good Avengers game already came out. It was Ultimate Alliance 3, and it came out a year ago on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's literally the same game, just with prettier graphics. But when you have all those graphics and everything, you kind of want more, because hitting one button over and over and over, it's fun for an arcade style. But when you start introducing RPG mechanics and leveling up systems, it kind of gets repetitive, and that's what it looks like this game is going to be. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Gotham Knights. And Gotham Knights, it looks like it's going to be multiplayer with 4 people. So, one plays
Robin, Nightwing.
I was trying to remember his name.
Batgirl, and I want to say Red Hood.
It's Red Hood, yeah. So you play as the 4 of them, and each one of them has a different play style. But my only concern with it is that Montreal and Rocksteady, they're really good at story-driven games and very character narratives. And when you start introducing more characters or more playable characters into the mix, and different people playing these different characters, you take a hit on how screwed in the story is going to be for each individual character. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
might take a hit just because to favor gameplay. But still looks really good, and I'm super excited for it. Batman Arkham series is one of my, if not my favorite brawling games ever. Like I love those games, so I'm excited for that.
Here we go.
I'm hoping they're gonna have some like additional stuff that you can add to it. I find it weird because like when I look at the image, like it looks like Damian Robin.
No, it's not. I think it's
Well, that's what I'm saying. It looks like Damian Robin, but they have it listed as Tim
no
Drake Robin.
Tim Drake is the one that becomes Red Hood.
No, that's Jason Todd.
No, oh wait, not Red
Red
Hood, Red Robin. Sorry, Red Robin. Not Red.
Right.
Yum.
But the costume, the Robin costume that they have him wearing,
Is
It-
inspired by
the Damien
Damien, yes.
one, which is with the hood. And,
But
and
if
all
you
that.
pay attention in that same playthrough, the showcase that they had, there's a skin that you could apply to that character that is Red Robin.
Okay.
So it's for sure, yeah. Which also they said that it's in a different universe, which is exciting because did you notice that Barbara Gordon isn't in a wheelchair?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's a different universe. So
Well, I guess it would make sense if Barbara's not. But it's weird because like, doesn't Barbara get in the wheelchair before Tim becomes Robin?
I don't. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a different universe because
It's definitely before Jason Todd comes back as Red Hood.
well, that's the thing because in the previous games, the Arkham games, you see Jason Todd as Red Hood, and he has like a J scarred onto his face that Joker like branded him for Joker underneath his eye. And when you see him in this one, he has a white streak, which is like the modern look of Red Hood, and he doesn't have the J, but instead he has this huge scar going up his mouth. And in the last game, your computer character that was like kind of like walking you through everything is Oracle, and Oracle is in a wheelchair.
Right.
And in this one, she's not. And they even show you, like they even hinted at, because you see a wheelchair next to her, and she's walking towards a computer screen. So like this is a different universe. Either that, or they cured her paralysis.
So what is the point of doing the whole this takes place in a different universe thing? Is that so like
It lets them
they
do
can
whatever the
take-
hell they want.
yeah.
So that's what DC has always done. Technically, they've once their shit became a web and they couldn't really keep everything in order, they just decided, oh, this is Earth 1, this is Earth whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they created a bunch of universes, which we'll get into this later, but they're saying that the Flashpoint movie or the Flash movie is going to have that premise. So we might actually see Michael Keaton make a show up. So, but before we get to that,
Which, you know what, they didn't really release a trailer for that, so that might be a good place to start. Is let's talk about this Flash movie that's been in developmental hell now for 3 years or 4 years now, and we know that Flash is getting a new costume. They showed us the concept art. We know that it ties in to the Flash TV series, because one of the things they did on that Flash TV series episode was they had Ezra Miller show up, and they kind of met each other, and they were kind of checking out each other's costume and stuff like that, and Ezra Miller was commenting on like, oh wow, like I like how like yours is like fabric and it looks breathable and stuff like that, like saying like he's not a big fan of his own costume.
because nobody else was, it looked like shit.
And apparently, like they're saying, Michael Keaton will be in the movie playing Batman, but so will Ben Affleck also be apparently. in
So
that movie.
so this is where I start friction hands real quick. I get excited about this shit because this might be potential, because there's going to be a lot of Batman storyline in this movie, because if you have both of those Batman in the one movie, they're going to probably introduce different universes. So we might actually see Joker movie, just like a hint of it. But most importantly, if you have Michael Keaton, all this shit that we've been talking about Beyond might actually happen. Because how are you going to make Michael Keaton look young?
Well, here's the thing. Well, we have the technology. We've seen it
Yeah,
before.
yeah, but like
But-
you're going to have an entire character that's a waste.
But here's the thing, right? So if they're pulling some of the stuff from the Flashpoint storyline, maybe Michael Keaton's not playing Bruce Wayne. Maybe he's playing Thomas Wayne.
I hope not. I hope they really don't do that. I hope they do I hope this movie is the Iron Man to the DC universe. You know what I mean? Where it opens everything up. So, we're not trying to make everything connected. What we're trying to show you is that there are different ideas out there, different universes. So like everybody can make their own shit. One of my biggest criticisms about the Marvel movies that they're very much the same. And what they haven't done with DC is that each one of them has his own personality. You know what I mean? And I want them to continue doing that. So if them doing this and just introducing, this Batman, and also they're coming out with the new Batman movie, which has nothing to do with anything else. This is the perfect way to like kind of tie it in. Just be like, this is what's up. You
know? Okay. All right. Well, I can definitely, I'd be down with that.
But I thought you didn't want DC to go the whole universe thing where all the movies tie in together.
I don't. That's not how it would. How would it connect with each other? Each one of them is their own world and their own universe. You know what I mean? This just explains why everything is different. That's all it does.
Okay. So it kind of like tying them together without actually tying them together.
Exactly. So you could make homages to it, but it's not like, this happened because this. It's more like a fan service. Like, hey, remember this? You know what I mean? Which is for me more entertaining.
Okay.
Well, it's an interesting concept that you got, and I don't disagree with it. I think it could definitely be something worth checking out. Either way, if they can ever actually make that Flash movie, because that's the thing they've been having trouble with, is they haven't ever actually make it yet.
Yeah, but I think they're on the right path, man. Everything that they showed at this FanDome thing looked seasoned. You know what I mean? Like everything had flavor. You know what I mean? Everything had even the Snyder Cut looked dope, and I don't like that movie. You know, the original one, but I'm excited to see the Snyder Cut. You know what I mean?
And we'll get into the Snyder Cut in a little bit. But what do you guys think about what Mario says here? That he does want a Martha Wayne Joker.
That would be sick.
Either way, it'd be cool. It'd be something we haven't seen before, right? And it would be honestly, I think that's kind of like a side thing that kind of happened. Like it was like a side panel. They never really delved into that. For those who don't know, for those who are really kind of newcomers to it, what Flashpoint did was Flash goes back in time, stops the killing of his mother, which creates this weird timeline where everything is slightly off. And so Superman doesn't land in Smallville, he lands in Metropolis. And instead of being raised by the Kents, the government takes him and they put him in an underground bunker where they've been studying him. But then the other thing where this comes from is that instead of Thomas and Martha Wayne getting killed in the alley that night, Bruce is killed. His father becomes Batman because just the grief of losing his son, and no one should ever have to go through that. And his mother cracks and becomes the Joker. And so it's a weird little side storyline. I think, Pedro, did they ever actually explore that into a side story?
No,
I know
they haven't.
The Metal storyline or whatever, they brought Thomas Wayne back or something like that recently. But I don't think they ever actually gave us a Thomas Wayne versus Martha Wayne storyline.
No, they never touched on the side stories of Paradox. So because Thomas Wayne in the Paradox storyline pretty much plays through his entire his entire arc. You know what I mean?
Right.
Through the Flash story, he plays this entire arc. But if they did dive into it and just a movie about Thomas Wayne Batman and having to deal with the Joker, that's so interesting. You know what I mean? No one,
Well, it would just be an interesting movie just because you're dealing with these two parents and the loss of a child and how it completely changes them both and all that. And the fact that they're at odds with each other. And this thing writes itself. I don't know why they haven't written it.
Exactly. Well, I think that's what they're doing with this whole fan. First off, can we talk about how fucking cheesy that FanDome shit was? That shit was cheesy.
FanDome?
Oh my god, it was so cheesy. But
it was cheesy. But I mean, they couldn't have a con this year, so
I know. But the information that they past was like, oh my god, it was so.
Oh, the information was gold, and it's just like the panels were a little,
They were silly.
know.
They were super silly.
Well,
That-
they were lacking that live element of
Yeah.
like, because one of the best parts of those panels is always like the Q&A with the fans,
yeah.
and you know that they weren't gonna like let questions slip through. They were gonna like, oh, well, this person submitted this question, and this
It was
person.
very
I'm pretty sure
artificial.
that all those questions were submitted by publicists.
It was super artificial. That was like my only complaint about it. But whatever. They gave me a fucking gun movie that I'm fucking excited for because I have to wait for Guardians 3. But this Suicide Squad looks fucking silly as shit. I love it.
Yeah. But anyways, you're talking about how you would love for Flashpoint to be like their Iron Man. I don't think that's gonna happen because I think that's gonna happen at the end of this year with Wonder Woman 84.
You think so? That would be a waste.
That's gonna be like their lighthearted, like I mean Shazam kind of was already their lighthearted, let's have fun movie, and Aquaman was also very lighthearted in that matter as well. But I think Wonder Woman 84, they're bringing in some silliness. They're taking some characters that you thought were just kind of weird, and they're gonna put a spin on them. And Gus, you got that footage queued up? There we go.
Yeah.
So they released the trailer. Obviously, we've got a flashback to Themyscira when she was young, her remembering. We've got this like I don't know what she's swinging off there, and then all of a sudden she's swinging off lightning bolts.
So she's like Spider-Man, but Wonder Woman. I get it.
I don't remember that ever being a thing. Make her fly or give her let her fly or give her an invisible jet. Come on, guys.
She swings from lightning, bro.
It's so ridiculous.
It's never been a thing for her. I don't know where they pulled that from.
Zeus,
But they're giving us Kristen Wiig. Very surprised. So I guess one of the main characters in this is Pedro Pascal, and he's the guy that's on those monitors on those TV. He's the guy that's doing the voiceover, and we don't see like a close-up shot of him. He's not like front and center in anything.
You just missed him.
Instead, we're getting Steve and Diana, and we're getting Kristen Wiig, who plays. I have no idea what Cheetah's alter ego's name is.
Kristen Wiig is she just got really drunk at a girls' night, and now she's trying to take over the world.
She's also an employee at Target, so that's
yeah.
cool.
Oh, it's a sale. There's Pedro Pascal. So we don't have full details. We don't know exactly everything that's going on. We don't know how Steve Trevor's back yet. We don't know how Kristen Wiig gets her powers. I heard Kevin Smith say something about a wishing rock.
No, it sounds more like a crack rock, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He was high at the time, so. Here we see she's got her armor there with and she's just like, I'm gonna pop the wings off of this. Like, we see Kristen Wiig goes full cheetah.
Yeah.
I mean, so whatever she gets, apparently she gets her powers in like stages, where like you hear her and obviously we played it without audio because we don't want YouTube to strike us down. But I know there's a part where she talks about how she wants to be an apex predator.
Oh.
And then I guess like we next see her like she's got like the cheetah jacket and the like a member of the Cheetah Girls on Disney Channel. And then I guess from there she's like I need more power, so she goes full cheetah. And looks like an extra for the play Cats. Although that cheetah costume looks way better than any of the cats in the movie Cats. So, but I mean, the movie looks fun. It's like, and Gus, you ended it there, but I love the scene with Steve where like he's like, all right, I'm ready to go, and he comes out and all of a sudden he got like a fanny pack.
Yeah, my bad. I ended it a little early. It is funny how he's from the past, and I don't know how they put him in the future in the future for the movie in 1984.
Yeah,
I don't know how they. I don't know enough about the story or the character to know. So
you mentioned in the beginning that you think that this is what's going to tie the multiverse together. Explain, please.
No, I didn't say this was going to tie the multiverse. I'm saying this is going to be like their Iron Man. This is like their from this moment on. This is the tone that we're setting. This is like the kind of look that we want. This is like the like because obviously we're all kind of in agreement. We don't think DC is gonna do the stories tying in one to into each other. We know that. I mean, we don't. As far as I know, the Batman doesn't tie into anything, and that's another big movie that they released a trailer for as well.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where they're not necessarily going to be tying their movies together, but as far as the tone goes, I feel like this is what they want for like their DCEU. And then
I really hope they don't do that. I really hope they don't do that. I want everything to be as far away from Marvel as possible, man.
I
Because
don't know, man. I like the fun, lighthearted stuff.
no, man. Sometimes you don't. It doesn't
I'm
call
not
for it.
saying the dark, gritty stuff doesn't have its place, but from time to time, I like the fun, lighthearted stuff, man.
Nah.
Wonder Woman, fun, lighthearted. Yes, I'm all in. Superman, fun and lighthearted. I'm all in. The Flash, fun and lighthearted. I'm all in. Batman, yeah, the Batman needs to be, darker and broodier. But it can also be too dark and too broody.
No.
I mean,
I think each director and writer have to make the tone the way they want. I don't think a studio should be like, this is what we're looking for. This is what everything. No, get that shit out of here.
it's Warner Brothers, man.
I highly doubt they're going to do that.
That's the one thing that I will give Disney credit for is they went to Marvel and they said, you guys appear to know what you're doing. We're going to let you guys do what you're doing. And they kind of have let Marvel Studios be in control of their own future. You see that's not happening with Star Wars, where they were letting Kathleen Kennedy kind of do whatever she wanted, and then all of a sudden they were like, we don't really like what we're seeing coming out of here. I think we're gonna have to take a more hands-on approach with you guys. So it's one of those things.
I think this is my boy Mark over here. He seems to be excited for Kristen Wiig. I don't know if I'll be able to take her serious, to be honest. But
I don't know, bro. I some of my favorite performances ever are when comedic actors play dramatic roles or serious roles.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say that comedic actors have the best range when it comes to acting, just because comedy is like some of the hardest shit to pull off, and they're able to be serious actors too. So yeah, maybe she will pull it off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, comedy's hard. Drama, anybody can be serious.
Nah, man. If they made me a believer about Rob Batman, fucking, I'm down. Anybody could be anything.
You know what? Let's jump into that. Gus, do you have that queued up? Is that your next one?
Hold on. No. Mario says he likes the fun, lightheartedness, and
he says it's not just fun and lighthearted. The connection gives you something to look forward to for the next movie. I think he's talking about Marvel there.
I would actually argue that's like the biggest problem with it, because most of the time people are just watching the movie looking forward to the next one. They're not appreciating the movie they're watching. That's my take.
All right, so your next one is Roll Call? The Roll Call video for Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Okay, so Suicide Squad, they're not getting Suicide Squad 2. It's The Suicide Squad. And they released this video. It's a brief little thing. It
gives me heavy as fuck Super vibes. You ever seen the movie Super?
I did, yeah.
It gives me the biggest Super vibes.
Can you pause it, guys, real quick?
You want me to pause it? Okay.
Yeah. So, because it's going by, and we didn't really get too much of a chance. But right off the bat, so Amanda Waller's still alive. Even though with what happened in the previous movie. I think it's a sequel because Harley Quinn is in it. But at the same time, maybe this is not a sequel. Maybe this is a prequel. You don't know. We also saw, Colonel Rick Flag coming back as well.
Well, she explains. She explains in the beginning of the trailer, like the same premise as last time. Like, same rules, guys. Like, if you complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence.
And all that. Yeah. Colonel Rick Flag obviously is back. Michael Rooker being introduced as a character I've never heard of before by the name of Savant. But Michael Rooker, him and crap, I forgot his name. We were just talking about him a moment ago. The director, Pedro, help me out here.
For who?
The director of the movie, James Gunn.
James Gunn. Oh yeah.
James Gunn, Michael Rooker, continuing their working relationship. I mean, James Gunn puts Michael Rooker in everything that he works on, and this is not going to be an exception. And then Gus, I guess you can hit play and continue.
Just have it loop. Just have it loop.
Flula Borg, who I love, who is hilarious, playing Javelin. Harley Quinn is back. Margot Robbie. I hope she survives through the movie. David Dastmalchian, who was in Ant-Man. He's the Russian guy. He was also the nervous cop in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
No.
I don't know who Daniela Melchior is.
Who's this guy? Idris Elba? Who is this guy?
Nobody knows.
Playing a character named Bloodsport. We all thought he was coming to replace Will Smith.
Look at this.
Apparently not. King Shark is in here. Mongal is in this. I don't know why, because Mongal is a Superman villain and super strong and can wipe out everybody. Peter Capaldi, who played Doctor Who. This girl is familiar too. I don't remember where she's from. Pete Davidson is in the movie. I mean,
some of these SNL characters deciding that they want to do cool shit.
Nathan Fillion and James Gunn also are cool.
Sean Gunn is in it as a fucking gerbil.
Yeah. Captain Boomerang is back.
Who
I loved in the first movie.
I don't see anybody right here though. Who's playing this guy? I can't see him.
John Cena. He's a character by the name of Peacemaker, who's like
Dickhead Captain America.
As Captain America, if Captain America was a
hold up. Run the fucking Rocksteady Suicide Squad trailer. You haven't seen this yet?
The what?
The Suicide Squad game trailer.
The Justice League or something like that?
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. It's so good. Like the chemistry that all these characters have with each other is so good.
Can you send me a link and I'll play it?
Yeah.
But yeah, like this movie look. I mean, first of all, it's James Gunn. James Gunn doesn't make movies that are not fun. So right off the bat, that's starting off from a good point. And then he'd bring Michael Rooker, who he always works with, Nathan Fillion, who he always works with, his brother Sean, who he always works with. I have a feeling Nathan Fillion is going to be in this movie briefly.
Oh hell yeah!
I feel like
he was also in Super. He was like an infomercial.
But I feel like Nathan Fillion is going to be like in this movie for like 10 minutes, is going to get like killed off, and then the hilarity will ensue. Just because Nathan Fillion's that kind of guy who would totally do that.
Yeah.
John Cena's character, if he plays him funny, could be good. I don't recall. I remember Peacemaker from a trading card when I was a kid. I don't remember many stories that I ever read. So I have no idea really what kind of character he is.
All right, here's the.
Can you play it with audio and we talk over it? You can't do it.
No.
Is there any music in it?
I don't know. I mean, I can't.
There is. There's Rosa Parks.
Yeah, if it's got music in it, that's where YouTube tends to get kind of.
I mean, it's okay.
Nice.
But you have to hear the dialogue. Without the dialogue, it kind of ruins it. Because the chemistry they have with each other, it's so fucking funny the way, because it's no gameplay. It's just like pretty much introducing what the Suicide Squad is, and it gives you this tone of what the game's going to be, which is going to be obviously you're fighting they're fighting the Justice League, and Justice League has a little guy called Superman, so. These band of misfits have to fight Superman. That's going to be,
Well, somebody asked in the chat, is this a continuation of the Injustice timeline?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
And I think they're asking because of the crashed Brainiac.
Yeah, the Brainiac ship is very similar to Injustice, but Injustice is made by NetherRealm, It's the guys who do Mortal Kombat, and this is Rocksteady. It's two completely different companies. So I highly doubt that they're connected. But yeah, you can't hear the audio, but like look at the designs for these characters, like Deadshot, Boomerang, and then our boy is back there, bro.
King Shark.
He's on everything now, man. It's your boy, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. The guys from CW knew what they were doing when they put him on the Flash TV series, because he is just popping up everywhere after that.
Was it Shark Week?
No, they were like, "What's a cool character to throw on here?" Like, and King Shark hit. Like, I think because they used him briefly and all of that, they actually gave him like a pretty decent storyline. It was he certainly become more popular than Gorilla Grodd, who was also on that show.
Yeah, he's more interesting, at least in like a design, because he's so ridiculous. It's a humanoid shark that doesn't go in water. It's like ridiculous, but it's fun, you know. So yeah, this is the segment where they're playing. I think it's Rosa Parks from Outcast, but I'm not too sure. But I guess this is like it's showing you how the gameplay is going to be like multiplayer, because it's also a multiplayer game, very similar to or it's going to be a multiplayer game very similar to Gotham Knights. But the last portion of this, when they see Superman, is just so funny because it's like, fuck, we got to fight that guy? These bands of misfits who can't get anything right. They're just like, oh shit, we're going to have to, whatever. But yeah, this fucking game looks, if you ever played in the launch of the last generation, the Xbox X, they had a game called Sunset Overdrive, and this shit looks like the atmosphere feels just like it. Pay attention to those helicopters in the back. Look what flies through it.
A missile?
Oh.
Superman.
Oh, was it a missile?
Okay.
So yeah, this shit looks. So this is implying that you're fighting the whole Justice League. It's not just Superman. So at this point right here, you guys can't hear it, but right here they're trying to figure out who they're fighting, like who Waller gave the mission to kill. And then they see Superman, like, get the fuck out of here. We got this under control. And then he does that to the guy, and they're like, oh, fuck.
Like evil Superman.
Yeah. And then this guy comes, he's like, yo, did you guys figure out who we're fighting? and then they're like,
Suicide Squad.
Dude, I can't wait for that game. The atmosphere for that game looks so fun.
How are you supposed to beat evil Superman? What the fuck?
You're not. I don't think there's supposed to.
Even Batman had trouble with that one.
Exactly.
But I think that's why somebody was asking if this takes place in the world of Injustice, because
I don't think so, because you're fighting all of the Justice League, Batman included, everybody.
Right, so but remember before Superman and Batman split, they were still together for a little bit in that storyline. So
not really. They're at the very end. Go ahead.
Although it could take place like right at that point, like right when Superman and starts trying to like get everything straight, but before the rift happens between him and Batman, or it could be like as the rift is happening, and then like maybe towards the end of the game,
there's
Batman
no way
to help you out.
There's no way of knowing because they didn't really give you any context to anything. But I'm just going to assume it's Brainiac took control of the superheroes, and he's trying to conquer the world. So like the last boss is probably going to be Brainiac, and you have to fight the Justice League because he has them under his control. That's what I think it is. And I if it is connected to Injustice, then cool. But wouldn't they just call this Injustice 3 or something like that?
I don't know. I really don't know. But man, it looks good. And the graphics look good and all of that. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to play it. It might just be one of those things where I just watch the story.
Oh, that's gonna be PS5, man. That shit is not coming out anytime soon.
But yeah, man, like but Suicide Squad, everything's looking good. Everything is looking happening. We didn't roll it here, but there's also like another couple of minute long video where they basically talk to the actors and all of that, and they talk about like the characters and stuff like that. So you should check that out. Next, we got the trailer for the Batman, and
guys,
for all the people that were talking crap about Rob Pattinson, all of a sudden,
I kept my mouth
shut.
I kept my mouth shut. I'm like, yo, if fucking Batfleck fucking did it good. Anybody could do it. If Batfleck and man, I forgot his name. It's Joker. What's his name?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. If Batfleck and Heath Ledger could kill those roles, Twilight over here is going to nail it. I'm
I love
positive
this.
of it. And
I love-
have you noticed that his suit is very reminiscent of Gotham of Gaslight? He has the
Well,
collar.
Maybe a little bit, but not too much. I love this. Apparently, they're saying this kind of takes place in almost like a year 2 of him being Batman. So I love the fact that it's like, yeah, you know, to the public, you know, the Batman's an urban myth, the Batman's a legend, but then, you know, to the police, it's like he's a trusted ally, someone that, you know, that helps them out and stuff like that. You know, I kind of love this like real world looking, almost like, you know, he's very angry, very, you know, but apparently we're also gonna get, you know, a very smart detective Batman,
Who do you think the villain's going to be in this movie?
the Riddler.
You think so?
I
Yeah,
mean,
the Riddler's in. I mean, yeah, the what's his name? What's his actual name?
Edward Nigma.
Edward Nigma. Yeah, he's played by oh man, what's this Irish guy's name? Boy, I can't think of names.
Isn't it? do you mean the not Irish?
Isn't he Irish?
I think he's Dutch or something like that. Isn't it Dane DeHaan or something like that?
Nah, dude, it's bro, just
Gotta
keep going.
Google it.
I'm
Gotta
just gonna
Google
pull
it.
it up. Just gonna pull it up.
I think
Colin Farrell. Oh no, Colin Farrell plays Penguin. My bad.
Penguin. Yeah, he plays Penguin.
Yeah.
Which
Paul
He
Dano.
plays Penguin, or he plays
he
someone
plays
by the name of Cobblepot.
oh right, that's
Oswald
what it's.
Cobblepot. That's the Penguin, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay, so he's actually playing Oswald Cobblepot.
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't know if he was playing Oswald Cobblepot or if he was playing, like, you know, maybe his dad or something like that. No, but did you find the name of the person that's playing?
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano. Okay, Paul Dano from There Will Be Blood and a bunch of other stuff.
I
But,
think that that trailer is trying to mislead the audience. I think it's going to be a lesser known character. It's going to be the villain, and I'm under the assumption that it might be Anarchy.
Okay.
Is that
So-
a name of a villain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like the goons you saw there were, if you go back to the Anarchy, like his henchmen kind of looked like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
is that like that gang that they all look alike? And I was
No,
ones
wondering.
that look like Jokers.
No,
Yeah.
he's thinking of Court of Owls, I think.
No. I was watching
In the trailer, there's he approaches a gang. They're all wearing like white face makeup with like lipstick and.
Yeah. No, I saw that, but I was watching an animated Batman movie this past weekend, I think, and it takes place when Batman's already old and he's been retired for like 10 years, and then he comes back because this gang is like taking control of
Those
Gotham.
are the mutants. You're thinking of
yeah.
Dark Knight Returns.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Which, I mean, how bad? I mean, man, there's no. They don't do voiceovers really in these Batman movies. I would love to have like a Batman movie done like in a noir style where you get like the voiceover from Bruce Wayne as he's like telling the story, just so that you can get a moment like that where he's beating the shit out of a random gang guy, and he can be like, you know, here on the streets, I'm the surgeon,
Mhm.
you know, and this is my operating table, or, you know,
Oh,
like,
dude, that's like the coolest line ever, man.
right?
What did you think of Dark Knight Returns, Gus?
I thought it was dope, actually.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest comic books ever written.
Did you
Oh,
watch
yeah?
It's
both
up there, yeah.
parts?
What?
Gus, did you watch both parts?
No,
So you just saw like the first part?
I just saw the first part where he beats up the mutant king guy and in the mud area.
And where he says that line. Oh god, that
Yeah.
line is so good.
Like, oh man.
Year one. I think this movie's gonna take a lot from year one.
Well, so apparently they're saying like it's very much a year 2 film.
Oh, they already said
they
that?
feel like Batman Begins did a lot of the year 1 stuff.
Yeah.
So they're like, we don't want to really go over all that stuff again. So this is more of a year 2. That's why, like I said, you know, the movie, the trailer starts obviously the cops, like, this guy's been killed. They've left this message. The cops don't really know what's going on. And, here comes Batman walking into the room. All the cops know him. Everybody's like, okay, the Batman's here. The Batman's going to help us out with this case or whatever. Obviously, I would love to see if we get, some of the characters we know from GCPD. Like if we get like a Harvey Bullock or someone who's like goddamn costume freak. We don't need him here helping us out. Or, people were like, no, I'm glad to have him, because it's one of those things where it's like, that was one of my favorite things I loved about, was it The Dark Knight Rises? When like the young cop is chasing and like the older cops like just watch or just wait and see or something like that.
Dark Knight, right?
I love that. I love the idea of like
that happens in Dark Knight Returns.
Yep, and it also happens in year one. That's like a huge part in year one.
I don't think it's a big part in year one. I think that's like in Dark Knight Rises.
In the book.
I mean, in Dark Knight Returns.
I don't know if it's the movie, but in the book, it's the whole segment where he goes inside the building, the abandoned building, and there's two cops and one of them's a rookie, and it's like that entire thing is about like the rookie, like the veteran is like, fuck, we got to get the Batman, and the rookie's like, I don't know, man, he's kind of good, and it's like the whole dynamic where he doesn't really know what's happening, and then like
no, but I'm talking about the reverse of that, where like the rookie's all about like we got to get the Batman, and the veteran's like, nah, hold off.
Yeah, just wait up. Yeah, just let the dude do his thing.
Yeah, it's like one of my favorite things with like the Punisher. When like whenever they talk about like whenever there's a issue the Punisher where they're like the cops are in it, and it's like or like Punisher Warzone did it great where they're like oh, we're gonna put you on the Punisher task force, and like he shows up and like the Punisher task force is like one guy in a room full of files with all the deaths and all the murders that Frank Castle has done, and like the rest of the cops are all like, yeah, we don't give a shit. He just killed bad guys.
By the way, whoever did the casting for the Batman, thank you, because anything with Zoe Kravitz, I enjoy.
Dude, honestly, the casting when I first heard it, I was like, man, these are all just fucking horrible picks. I'm not gonna judge, but I didn't like any of them. Like,
you don't like Zoe Kravitz, bro?
Not as Selena as Kyle, no.
Why not?
But I don't know. She just doesn't have that sassiness that she's every character that I've seen her play is very like soft spoken, but like with attitude, but like very soft spoken. And Selena Kyle is more like, bitch, like fucking, she's in your face. So it's like it's very different. And then Colin Farrell as the Penguin, I'm like, dude, he's not even fat. Like, come on, guys, you fucked that up too. And then the Riddler is that little.
Hey,
I mean, the Riddler, I guess, is fine.
Your boy from It's Always Sunny literally changed his body every season, so Colin Farrell could do the
same. In all honesty, like I'm looking forward to because I've seen Zoe Kravitz in a couple of things, and like she's got some range on her. So I'm looking.
No, I'm not saying she's a bad actress. It's just that everything that I've ever seen her in has been like very soft spoken, and I really like the loud, not loudmouth, but like the in your face attitude of
the Catwoman who's not afraid to like dish it out.
Exactly, I like that. And we haven't had that except for the first Catwoman. I forget her name.
I like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I like how with her costume, the way they did it is like
it's a balaclava.
She's just dressed in black and she's wearing like a beanie that covers her face. But like because like the way that her beanie's wearing it, like it kind of looks like cat ears.
Yeah.
Without being like a Catwoman costume.
It's the same thing with the last Christopher Nolan Batman movie with the Catwoman's goggles flips up and it looks like cat ears.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's cute. I like it. I'm into it. But
I mean, they're not going to go the Marvel route where like the villain full on puts on a suit and like.
Not in this movie, but I'm sure we're gonna get a movie that's like that. I mean, if Gunn has made Cheetah and Suicide Squad where they look ridiculous, I love it, bro. I love it.
I don't know why they're afraid to go there with Batman. I mean, it's one of those
they're
things.
Not. Look at Batfleck. Batfleck is that.
Yeah, but that's in a world that he's also in there with the Justice League.
Yeah, like, but he's
if
the
he
most
were doing a
ridiculous looking one there
by himself. That wouldn't have happened. And that's one of the things that I kind of liked about Batfleck is like it's like from time to time I don't want Dark Knight. From time to time I want some Caped Crusader. And Batfleck kind of gave us that. But yeah, either way, the movie looks good. I know I'll be lining up to see it if theaters are open, or downloading it if it's available digitally.
I think theaters are set to open kind of soon at like minimum capacity.
Well, I know theaters in certain areas are open, but here in the 305, they're still closed.
Yeah, they're still
Because
closed.
I wanted to go see Bill and Ted this weekend.
Yeah,
and I was like, man, it'd be nice to get out of the house and actually go to a theater, and like, got to go up north.
What's the closest one that's open? We'll drive there.
I'll tell you right now.
Another movie that's coming out on Friday is New Mutants, isn't it? Isn't it this Friday?
Yeah,
also coming out.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that whatever they change shit up and make it different, bro. I'm all about it. Please, I love that shit. But back to Batman, bro. I am so excited for that movie. I was not on board with Rob. I didn't think he would do a bad job. I just don't like his face, and I didn't want him being Batman. But after this trailer, man, he sold it, bro.
Dude, when he fucks up that henchman guy.
Yeah, bro. I'm vengeance.
Yeah.
Thank you, Batman.
Yep.
Oh, I
so the closest theater that's open that will be showing Bill and Ted, Flippers Cinema in Hollywood, Florida.
Nice.
Oh, that's not far.
20 miles away.
That's not far at all. Let's go.
And then
20 miles.
I like that it's called Flippers, like that arcade that used to be.
Brings back memories.
Yeah, the nostalgia.
Wacky Wednesdays, live forever.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had a shirt of that. To be honest, like I wish I had one of those. Like I remember a friend of mine worked in Flippers. He was like a little older than us, and he worked as the guy in the back with the prizes. You go give him the tickets, and he gives you shitty prizes. He had the employee shirt. I wish I had one of those, man. He had Flippers, and on the back it said like the schedule on one of them was Wacky Wednesdays and shit. I wish
Goodwill's, bro.
Yeah, bro. There's a Goodwill somewhere in the country that has a Flippers, Flippers shirt.
That and Don Carter's. That'd be sick to have a Don Carter's shirt.
Oh yeah,
like
bro.
a Don Carter's polo.
Or polo T-shirt or whatever, just something Don Carter's.
But there's only three.
No,
Mario
just made a good point. The Nirvana song.
Yeah,
dude, something in the way, and they didn't even fuck with it. They just played the song. So good.
Which how great! What it's like the first trailer in a while where we get a dark, gritty song that wasn't a 1980s pop song that's been made dark and gritty.
Yeah, this is just Nirvana being Nirvana. It's so good
because that's like the trope.
What was that movie? Not Get Out, the one that he made after that.
Us.
Yeah. He used I Got Five on it.
Yeah,
he made it
like a dark and creepy version of I Got Five on it.
But it's not.
Movie trailer 101. Take a fun song from the 80s or 90s and turn it dark. And
DC loves to do that. They even did that with Snyder Cut with the Hallelujah, which
that's actually how that song is.
That's a cover for
that's the original.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Leonard Cohen wrote the original. Yeah.
Okay, well that song did not fit that trailer at all. It looks so weird.
Apparently, there's some deeper meaning to it. I haven't dug deep into it.
So do you want to get into Snyder Cut or Black Adam?
Is that what's up next?
I have Black Adam up next, but I can just put Snyder Cut if you want.
We can go into Snyder Cut and we can leave Black Adam for last.
Alrighty.
So Snyder Cut, obviously the big news coming out is HBO Max will release it in 4 parts. 4 1-hour parts. So it won't be a 4-hour long binge watch or anything like that.
It will for me.
They're going the opposite of the Martin Scorsese's the movie the Irishman, where it's like, yeah, the Irishman apparently didn't do so well as one long video, so we're gonna give it to you in chapters. Whether or not those chapters will have clear points of
I think they could have released it all at once, and it still would have done good. Because how long?
Because the people who have been clamoring are going to watch it in all
exactly
at once anyway.
that and I mean, we sat through Endgame for like what is it, 3.5 hours?
Yeah.
Twice.
So right off the bat, Darkseid kicks off the trailer. We get a destroyed Hall of Justice.
By the way, just to throw out that new WB logo is clean. I like it. Anyway, continue.
So we're gonna have two Batmans at the same time, or
Yeah.
is Affleck done being Batman?
No, he's back. He's coming back for Flash, bro.
Ah, okay.
I know we're gonna get some more stuff here with Cyborg.
We're not going to have CGI lips, so that's a good thing.
We get a little bit more story for Flash. I don't because this wasn't in the
This was
in
cut.
the movie.
This was cut.
Yeah.
No, she's
I'm
hot. I
guessing
don't know
that's
who she
Iris.
is.
Agree. I like that Flash. I like that actor that plays Flash.
He's a good actor. Like I think
he's a good Flash.
I don't think he's a good Flash. He's a good actor, but I don't think he's a good Flash. But Jason Momoa as Aquaman, yo, I needed that bro dude to be Aquaman so bad, and thank God.
Some people are saying that might be Desaad that was just there on screen. Obviously new stuff with the Mother Box and Cyborg's character. Obviously the death of his father. Steppenwolf, redone.
Is that Steppenwolf?
That's Steppenwolf.
You sure? I thought those were new characters. I thought Steppenwolf was added just for the shitty version.
No, that's Steppenwolf and like new like a new armor or something like that.
All right. So both Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are in Flash. Who's Michael Keaton playing?
Probably Batman.
Well, that's what they're saying. Like they don't know if he's playing the 89 version of Batman, or if he's playing what do you call it? If he's playing the Thomas Wayne, like it could be either or.
Or maybe the Flash goes like into the future.
Or plot twist, he's playing Birdman.
There you go.
All right, good times, guys.
No, but that movie, that cut, the way that one looks is so much more interesting than what we got, bro. The black suited Batman, Superman, to go with the return of Superman comic books. It's just more. It's cheesy, but I mean, it's a comic book movie. Fuck it, just do cheese, whatever. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, listen, it could be 20 minutes of Zack Snyder farting in a bucket, and people will be like, "Well, we wanted the Snyder cut." That's what we got.
No, but I actually think that shit's gonna be better. And you know what's fucking crazy? If this performs really well, how much do you want to bet that they're gonna say that this is the canon, and then the other one was an alternate world? How much you want to bet?
I don't know.
$1? Gentleman's bet. Just thank you, sir. That's it.
I stand as witness. I will. You guys. So somebody's got to give me the $1 to hang on to, and when this is over, I will give it to the winner.
Nice.
All right.
Well, yeah, I think that if Snyder Cut does better, they're gonna just keep that, and they're gonna make sequels to that version. You know what I mean? And probably bring Snyder back in. Dude, I'm like so conflicted with it because I don't like him as a director. I think he's like really bad, but he has a very specific style, and like when I got the other Justice League, I felt like it needed that shitty style for it to be good. You know what I mean? Like it felt like it was missing flavor.
Yeah, I gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And this one has it all. Like as crazy as Darkseid looks in that fucking that scene where he has like that trident. I don't know what the fuck he's holding, but just all that Snyderness. You know what I mean? Slow motion. It's just flavor, bro. It's just flavor. And that's what we. Oh, look out! It's a doggo.
Hey, Skylar.
She says hi.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's it looks good. I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. I guess Gus. Let's cue up the last thing that they closed out with. The little like animatic stuff that they released for Black Adam. The Rock bringing his star power to the DC universe. And really, what I think is maybe just kind of a setup movie for a Shazam sequel.
Shazam.
But he talks about how in Kandak, how it was he was a slave, and his people were taken advantage of, and so he got the power to like fight back and stuff like that. And really, if they tell the Black Adam story the right way, like it'll be really fucking good. There he is, fighting the Wizard, and then obviously the way they set it up, it looks dope. It looks cool. Um, Apparently, there's gonna be some of the Justice Society characters will apparently be involved somehow. I know they say Hawkman will be there, which maybe it'll be like the original Hawkman from like ancient Egypt. Um, and it looks cool. It looks dope. Um, Obviously, The Rock. I'll go see pretty much anything he's in. They talked a little bit about a Shazam sequel, but not too much. I don't know what they're waiting for. Obviously, the pandemic hit and they can't film. But when you've got child actors, like time is kind of like unless you plan on recasting the kids, like time is kind of a valuable thing. Like you don't want to be saying Billy Batson, who's the young teenage kid who turns into the adult superhero Shazam.
Yeah, but they weren't that
And
young.
soon
were
enough,
they?
Billy Batson will look like Zach Levi. Like he'll have more facial hair than Shazam does.
Yeah, but he wasn't that young in that movie.
No, he wasn't that young, which is why I'm saying like that kid's probably
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna look.
his mind by now.
Yeah, but you can just shave that. But like he's not gonna look that much. I don't think he's gonna look that much different.
I don't think they have him fighting Superman in this. He's fought Superman in the past, and obviously the great thing about the characters from the Shazam universe is the fact that like they are magic based, which is one of Superman's Achilles heels. So that's always been cool. But it's weird because Black Adam's a weird character in that for the longest time he was just a villain, and then they decided to make him compelling, and then they had him join the Justice Society, and like he became a good guy, but he was like a bad good guy. So,
I don't know him that well, but isn't he kind of like the This is a bad example, but isn't he kind of like the Mr. Freeze? Like he's after his own agenda. He's not necessarily
kind of, sort of.
right.
Okay.
I don't know enough about him, but I think he was that. He was at his own agenda, and he's like jealous of Billy for getting the power or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
Well, it's one of those things where like he doesn't think of him as worthy. He's just a child. How could he be worthy of all this power and stuff like that? You know, it's cool. It's one of those things where like apparently like Black Adam never turns back into like Teth Adam. Like he's always black. Like once he gets the power, he's like, I'm never letting this go. Like, why on earth would I ever switch back to my mortal self or whatever? So it's one of those things.
I guess that's what. I guess that's how they could do it with the child actor. Just have Billy never.
Henry's
turn back.
recasting to fight Black Adam. Oh, Henry Cavill. That's cool. I know Henry Cavill's dying to come back and make another Superman movie. It's just the studio was like, oh, I don't know. So we'll see.
Why wouldn't they?
Studio being the studio.
Dude,
his movies weren't well received. Like, but his movies weren't well received. It had nothing to do with him. It had to do with the fact that like you guys wanted to make Superman dark and gritty, and Superman is not a dark and gritty character.
I actually didn't mind that movie. I do think it was too dark, but I didn't mind it. I think like a lot of people hate on it, but I had fun watching it.
A lot of people hate on Batman v Superman. Some people dislike Man of Steel, but I don't think anybody hates it.
Yeah, I've heard people tell me that movie's awful, and then I saw it, and I'm like, it's bad, but it's not like, it's
Maybe it's because people told you it was awful first. Maybe if people would have told you like
if they told me it was good, I would have been like,
or that they loved it, you would have been like, man, that movie was shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's not as bad as people are making it out.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much all the DC FanDome stuff that we want to cover.
Yes.
I'm not going to get into the CW shows here. I know you guys don't watch it. I'll be honest. After this last season, I think I'm done watching like half of them, if not more. So we won't get into that too much. And anything else before we start to wrap up, Pedro? Anything we
No,
missed?
I think so. No.
No. All right.
I mean,
So
unless you want to talk about the fucking the Gotham Knights, the villain, it's gonna be the Talon.
okay, cool.
Do you know?
I know that has to do with the Court of Owls, but I'm not super.
Oh, you don't
familiar
know
with it.
anything about that shit, man, dude.
It's after I
Uh-huh.
stopped reading comics. It's like in the
Missed
time
out.
period after.
So the Court of Owls is
Yeah, it's like a secret society that has run Gotham, and
right, and they
you know,
reanimate citizens to
Ghul.
be their
they're
assassins.
like soldiers. Yeah.
So so like they have like a huge, like, I'm not gonna call it a warehouse, but it's technically a warehouse full of coffins, and that's where they reanimate them.
Do they need a
And
forklift driver?
yeah, they do. And then and so like Batman's supposedly dead in the beginning of that trailer, and there's a lot of if you know Batman's not dead. He's not going to be dead in that game. What he's probably doing is he's probably investigating the
Probably
court of
hiding out.
yeah, he's probably investigating the Court of Owls because they already know who he is, like his secret identity.
So
So he's
take
probably, I'm pretty sure he's still alive, and he's investigating that shit. And you'll probably play him at the end. That's what I
All right.
Super interesting. I know you guys both looked at your phone at the same time. The second
Oh, I'm setting up our final thing. That's why. So yeah. So I was inspired by our buddies over at Lemon City, and it's one of those things where I went into my childhood and I did a little deep dive into certain areas of the internet where things can get done, and I acquired some stuff that I figure be fun to open up on the show. I hold in my hands from 1992
noise.
a pack of Marvel Universe trading cards, Series 3, and I figured it'd be pretty cool to just get it open here on the show, and we can kind of we can see what's in here and maybe talk a little bit about it. Were either of you guys into the trading cards when you guys were kids?
I have a little bit, but I wasn't really like trying to collect them or anything like that. I just came up on some cards randomly, and I kept that pack. That's it.
All right, well, I can tell you I have this set already complete.
Oh,
So whatever's in here is just, at least for my concern, I don't really need any of it. So we might maybe give some stuff away, or we might if you guys see something you like, we can maybe get into that.
all right.
I am trying to save the
Mhm.
packaging because I noticed in my cards that some of them had
Gum.
Woo! I just saw something. Oh, I just saw something.
Okay.
Gus, and can you pull up the collector cam there?
Yep.
All right. Let me see. I'm just gonna. So let me see here. Maybe we can. There we go. I think that's better. Okay. So right off the bat,
Mm-hmm.
so there was kind of different tiers to these cards. You had superhero cards, supervillain cards. You had superhero teams. This is an Origins card, which kind of gives you the Fantastic Four here on their trip into space. If you flip it over into the back, it gives you like the story on the origin of the Fantastic Four and first appearance and stuff like that.
Cool.
Then this series was the first series introduced like cosmic beings, and we got the Celestials, right?
Mm-hmm. Power
You know,
ratings.
power ratings.
Wow.
So this was another cool thing about these cards. This started with the series before this one, the series 2,
Mm-hmm.
and they started putting power ratings on the back, right? How
Nice.
powerful are the Celestials? They're so powerful. The power ratings don't apply to them. That's how powerful they are. Then we got ourselves a team card here.
Excalibur.
Yeah.
Who are those guys?
So this is like
I know that guy on the
X-Men
bottom
of
right.
England.
That's my boy.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's there. That's it.
We
He's
got
the only one in North.
Nightcrawler. We got Shadowcat with her pet dragon Lockheed.
Oh, that
Um,
is Lockheed.
We've got Megan, who was like
The Stallion.
no, she was like a cousin or something to name her the Submariner. We've got Phoenix over here,
Oh, I know
but
Phoenix.
not Dark Phoenix, just
Oh.
Phoenix.
Is that another person?
I think it's Rachel Summers. She's like an alternate dimension daughter of Jean Grey and Cyclops.
Ah,
Up at the top of the screen there, you got Captain Britain.
that's a terrible.
And then on the back, you get a little bit about the team of Excalibur and all of that. Then we've got another team card here, the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic.
Classic. First family of Marvel,
All right, I like it. Smoking a pipe.
Yeah.
Fancy son of a bitch.
It's fantastic.
It's my kind of guy. I'm more of a cigar kind of guy, but
X-Men.
oh,
And this is, I don't know if they did it in this series or not, but this is what would be essentially the X-Men Blue Team.
Oh, they had
of Cyclops, Rogue, Gambit, Psylocke, Wolverine, and Beast. I don't know if that card's in here or not. It might be another series. There was the X-Men Gold Team, which consisted of Jean Grey, Storm, and a couple of other. I think Iceman was on that team. Angel, or Archangel, as he was known at this time. And then the special item.
Watch where you're going, Gumbo.
I joked about it. I did not know it was going to happen.
Oh.
We got ourselves a hologram.
All right. That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Do you already have that one?
Yeah, I have the full set of these.
Oh, okay.
So if none of you guys wants it, maybe we'll get it to one of our listeners or viewers.
No way.
But yeah, man, the holograms cards, man. I remember like these were so hard to get, and all of a sudden here we are, first pack of the day, boom.
Yeah.
How many packs did you get?
I got 5 packs.
Jeez.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we definitely do.
We're only opening one today.
Right.
This kind of sucks because it kind of feels like we blew our load early. I don't know when. I don't know when we're. I mean, these are all random, so you never know. You might get another one of these. We're gonna put that guy right there.
Yeah.
We're gonna finish it out here. We've got
It's MF Doom and Magneto.
team ups, Magneto and Doctor Doom.
Man, that's
Doctor Doom. I call him MF Doom.
MF Doom, bro. That's
MF Doom.
Yo, that's the best mixtape cover of 2020 right there.
There you go. And then in the back it tells you about how they teamed up and why they teamed up and all that.
Sell rhymes like dimes.
There you go. Supervillain team up number 14, October 77.
Nice.
Team ups. Spider-Man and Sleepwalker.
What?
Sleepwalker, a 90s superhero that no one remembers.
Why is he wearing a Spider-Man suit?
I don't know. You probably have to read the story to find out exactly why.
Okay.
Sleepwalker was a character where basically his alter ego, like his host or whatever, had to go to sleep for Sleepwalker to come out.
All right.
And then
Mr. Fantastic again by himself.
Mr. Fantastic on his own.
No,
what
is every part of Mr. Fantastic stretchable?
Oof.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
I don't know if that was the right reference, but you know where it came from.
Wrath.
Yo, did Rob Liefeld draw? Look at that boy's right arm, bro.
Let me see. Can we close up? Is there
that's
a signature anywhere?
That has to
be some sort of a signature around here, kind of covered up.
No, that's not Rob.
Who's Warpath?
So Warpath is, I believe, the brother of the character from the Giant Size X-Men.
Oh, there's the power ratings. Man, the guy can't rebound for shit.
Warpath believed that the X-Men had caused his brother's death. Yeah, so he's the brother of
he's also a dum-dum. Look at his mental powers. Only one. That guy has fucking. He's got like schizophrenia. He has all those problems, bro.
So I believe, if I remember
Juggernaut.
correctly, I believe a rating of 1 is like human, like
No,
regular human rating. So
that's not cool.
he doesn't do any energy projection. His intelligence and mental powers, I think, is like telekinesis.
Oh.
Because
Well, okay, fine. His intelligence is 2. Still, womp womp. Get him out of here.
Obviously, this guy's all about strength.
That's it.
Yeah.
Look at his speed. His speed. He walks as fast as me, bro. Look at that shit. Get out of here.
Probably walks faster than me, though. Oh, here we go, Phoenix.
I am Phoenix.
Oh, this is the Phoenix with the fucking metal suit. Like
Yeah,
the
so this
death
is
metal suit.
So
Yeah.
metal.
this
She's
is
metal as fuck. Look at that paint job, bro.
Yeah,
Come
so
on now.
Phoenix Rachel Summers. Who's fleeing a nightmare future ruled by the robotic mutant-hating Sentinels.
Yeah.
So she's like an alternate version, like an alternate history version of the
Wait, so
daughter of Jean
if
Grey.
she has the Phoenix powers, why can't she just fuck up all the Sentinels? Isn't Phoenix that strong?
Well, apparently she doesn't have like the full Phoenix powers.
Oh man, she's got.
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
Jean Grey Phoenix is that one.
And then rounding
got a
us out
semi.
here,
That guy's whack. He got killed by bullets. Get out of here.
Quicksilver, more like Quick Copper or something.
Pedro Magnet. I remember like when these cards came out, a lot of people they didn't really like these cards because they didn't really like this like cosmic background.
Uh huh.
The cards before this had been like full. The image was like the full
Yeah.
image. But I kind of like it, because I kind of like how like they're coming out of the image.
Okay.
Like I kind of like that look. But then I found out something recently when I was kind of doing a deep dive and going back
Mhm.
that I did not know.
Oh, let me guess. You can put them all together and it creates a big image.
If you line them up 10 across, 10 down, it makes a large image of like the universe with the characters in it.
No,
And you get 2 posters because there's 200 cards in the collection.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Obviously, I never knew this growing up because I put my stuff in binders, and our binders, are 3x3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where it's like
I don't
you
think
would kind of see that the cards would kind of line up with the card next to it, but they wouldn't line up with the card below it.
I think you're the only one that figured that out because I don't know anybody who didn't have these things.
Well,
in
apparently
binders.
somebody figured it out online because that's how I figured it out.
Oh well, that guy's lying. You figured it out all by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. On this one you can actually kind of, I think there's a signature there, kind of hidden in the.
Ah, yeah.
It says
AJ
that-
Mendez.
I can't make it out.
That could be. That name sounds familiar.
AJ Mendez? I just totally made that up, bro.
but man, like this was an unexpected nice.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So this was the first year they ever did like colored holograms. So the Venom one is obviously like a silver color, kind of like a regular hologram.
Yeah.
The Hulk one is gray. The Wolverine one is, I'm sorry, the Hulk one is green. The Wolverine one is blue. There's I want to say a red Spider-Man, and I think a gold Thing,
Oh, gold thing.
or like a copper color thing. I'm not sure.
Gold thing is like a regular thing, but he's gold.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So we're gonna do this from time to time. I've got some. Not from that. We're gonna do this like pretty much every episode.
We should definitely do a giveaway, dude.
Yeah, we could definitely do a giveaway. Well, we just gotta come up with some time to kind of
To come up
think
with a
about what
contest.
exactly we're gonna do.
Well, nobody wants to see my stupid.
Yeah, I just popped out of that just like that. But yeah, like it is one of those things where, man, like we just
Yeah.
got to come up with a concept for that giveaway. And so I don't know yet. You know what? I think I've got an empty sleeve I can put that hologram in. So I will get that done as soon as we're done broadcasting tonight.
Nice. And then we'll mail it USPS and it'll get to you next year after the elections.
Or if you live locally, maybe we can find some sort of way to get that to you in your hands. But we will come up with something. We'll probably do it in the Facebook group. And just keep an eye there. If you're not already following us on our social media platforms, we ain't found Sith on all of our social media platforms.
Yeah,
Um,
man, I'm really trying to get us a really cool guest. I almost got somebody really cool, like a
I
voice.
saw that. I thought you were working on that.
Oh
And
man, I'm still working on that.
I was
I'll get it.
praying for you. I was pulling for you.
Yeah, I was man, I was watching one of these. I don't know if you follow Looper on Facebook, but they were talking about.
Isn't that the cards?
No, it's like a YouTube channel. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's just
You do like a lot of top 10 lists and stuff like that, right?
Oh, okay.
yeah. They just talk about random pop culture shit, and they were talking about a different world. Remember that show, A Different World?
Yeah.
And one of the actresses,
Pre-summer.
Cree Summer, yeah, she's like a famous cartoon voice actress.
Yeah,
Even
but she'll always be
before.
Freddy to me.
She'll always be Freddy, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I went and I started looking up all the different cartoons that she has.
Yeah,
lent
she
her
is.
voice to, and she's in a shitload, dude.
Yeah. It's like her and Tara Strong have played almost every female character and young boy in a cartoon over the last like 20 to 30 years.
Yeah, man.
But I just I love like she's done a lot of stuff like Robot Chicken and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically enough, I've probably seen more of her voiceover work than her live action stuff. But as soon as I see her, no matter what, it's Freddy from A Different World.
Yeah,
Because
that's the only time you can put a face to the character.
that and because I grew up watching A Different World.
Yeah, me too. I bought the Dwayne Wayne glasses.
You had the Dwayne Wayne glasses?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yo, Mario says we should
I
call that
relate-
segment with the deck with your
Look at my
cards.
deck.
Look at my deck. I like that.
Oh, yes, I like it. That's
Yo, guys,
it.
and
That's
every
it.
time you
Instead of
start it,
collector cam, I'll rename it as deck cam.
deck picks.
I love that idea. And then every time you go into that segment, you say, "Hey guys, check out my deck."
I like it. That's canon. It's happening.
There you go.
All right.
So yeah, make sure you guys are following the Facebook group if you're not already.
Mhm.
Keep an eye on it. We will come up with something, and we will get that hologram into your hands.
Yeah. Do it. All right. I think we're done.
All right, later.
Yeah.
Sith.